I'm DrFlux, and today is an exciting day because I have a product sent in from out of darts, and this thing is super cool. This right here is a blaster from the Little Rocket line, and essentially this is a downward angled forward grip type of design. This is different from the Proud Papa. Proud Papa was just straight and it would mount on the side of Picatinny, whereas this one is angled downward so you can put it underneath a blaster so it's like a forward grip, which is really awesome. And this is really gonna be a range video because we're gonna take this thing outside and shoot all the different type of ammos out of it. We're gonna get chronograph readings. I'm gonna show you the wide spread of different ammo and different dart types you can shoot out of this. And then we're gonna basically give our overall impressions and see whether or not this thing is worth your money. So let's go ahead and dive right into the video. Now, me personally, if you have not seen my video already of the JSPV Battle Planet G5, I love this thing and I've been having some fun with it. I also found out this thing can shoot shotgun blasts of 50 cal foam balls. So I got these 50 caliber foam balls, we just shove them in there and it actually holds like 15. So it got me thinking, like, here I got a shotgun pistol that's super reliable, super accurate. How else can we make this thing even better? Well, in certain Nerf wars and certain HVZs or game modes, you're gonna run into supers. You're gonna run into zombies or game mechanics that require you to shoot something other than a standard foam dart. That's where the crooked cousin comes in, or a Proud Papa. Basically, you mount it on your blaster. This right here, this rail is Picatinny. The standard mounting hardware for the crooked cousin is Picatinny, so you just kind of throw that on there. And we can change out this front barrel for all kinds of different options. I happen to just have a couple mega barrels here, so we can throw that in there. Basically, we prime the blaster. Now we're ready to rock. So now we can take care of supers that require mega tag. And man, that thing is accurate and hits hard. I recommend keeping an extra barrel because then you can just twist that off, throw on your next one. I kind of think of this as more like a shell, so you can have your preloaded shells, throw them in there, maybe have a bandolier or something with all your different shells, and then just throw them on there, ready to go. Now I can quickly take out a super zombie with a mega dart. And combined with the G5, man, this is a great, great, solid platform. Shotgun blast. On a side note, this thing right here will shoot up to 3 of those little 50 caliber foam balls, which is really cool. So it's just a spread of just shotgun. Definitely going to be running this setup in my next local war. I think this thing is just a lot of fun. Let me know in the comment section if you think I should paint this up in my normal DrFlux colors. I think I can make this all come together with a really sweet DrFlux paint job. So let's go ahead and take the crooked cousin outside. Like I said, we're going to shoot every single ammo type I can think of that will fit through this thing, and we'll grab some chronograph numbers and then check out the accuracy. First up, we have Bunco Straws, and the FPS on this was not too crazy. It was a little bit lower than I thought it would be. And the accuracy wasn't the greatest thing ever. Next up, we have the short dart barrel. Now this barrel can be switched either way for quick reload. And one dart is pretty good. So it's mid upward 90s, pretty consistent. I also tried the regular Adventure 4 short dart. And very similar FPS. Also, as far as accuracy is concerned, this thing is pretty accurate, but once again, it's a little bit hard to aim the crooked cousin just because it has no sight profile. Next up, we have my favorite attachment. This fires 3 elite darts. I notice you have to kind of spin them a little bit to get them to load. And the FPS of this is obviously not going to be the greatest because you're using that plunger tube to shoot 3 darts. But still, it wasn't too bad considering you're shooting 3. And accuracy is really good because, you know, you got that multiplier. I was actually just having issues aiming here, but it is pretty accurate. Next up, we have the single barrel. This way you can shoot 1 high-powered elite dart with some pretty decent FPS. Very consistent. And accuracy was actually really good. However, I'm just having such a hard time aiming without having any type of, you know, sights or barrel to really look at. And pistols are just overall, I'm not really accurate with pistols to begin with, so it was interesting. But over time, I was able to knock some cups over. Next, we're looking at the hyper attachment. The thing with this hyper attachment is you really got to push the hyper rounds in there. I also noticed that if you stick them in there and then prime it, it will suck them into location. And 3 hyper is not going to be a lot of FPS, so 50 is actually pretty decent. But yeah, it really kind of lobs them. The 3 hyper is probably better for, you know, stuff that's a little bit closer. Up to like, you know, 15, 20 feet. But yeah, you can see it really just lobs the hyper rounds. This was actually pretty impressive. The ultra barrel was actually very accurate. I will say the standard ultra darts, you know, obviously are not the most accurate thing. FPS was kind of standard. The thing that was really interesting was the new dart actually had a higher FPS. Almost 100 FPS. And then, of course, the new dart is way more accurate. You can see the darts are flying pretty straight. Now when we try the regular ultra darts, you'll see that they kind of veer off. They don't fly as straight, which is pretty standard for normal ultra. As we can see here, we have the 50 caliber foam balls. Now for this first test, I just wanted to do 1 just to get an overall FPS for just 1 shot. And as you can see, shooting 1 ball out of this elite tube is pretty spicy. Now I wanted to try just 1 shot to see how accurate it is, and yeah, really accurate. I got a little bit ahead of myself and figured, hey, you know what, let's try a shotgun blast of 4, but I don't think there's really enough power in this thing for 4. As you can see here, they just kind of plop out. Effective at 15 feet, I'd imagine. 2, however, seemed a little bit more effective, although I still had some trouble aiming. Next, we have the Inline Clip. Now, I had a few issues with the Inline Clip, mainly spawning from the fact that there's no post at the bottom of the actual crooked cousin on the inside, preventing the dart from being sucked into the plunger tube. So I found to kind of combat this, you can prime the blaster before putting the Inline Clip in. So the FPS on the Inline Clip is, you know, pretty decent. It's a single shot and you basically flick the barrel down and seat the next dart. But that's where I had a problem. On the last dart, it sucked into the actual plunger tube assembly. So I'm just gonna move on to Rival. This right here obviously is Rival. We have 2 Rival rounds being loaded in here. I figure I'd just check the FPS of this. And you can see not too bad. And I already got knocked a cup over. Then I just figured I would try 1 round, see how hot 1 is. So we get like a 10 FPS bump. I found that this is probably my most preferred attachment for just, normal dart tagging. Because 2 rival rounds hitting around, 50, 60 FPS is not bad. As you can see here, they're somewhat accurate. And lastly, we have the Mega attachment. So this is, get some chronograph readings off of this, hitting around, it's around 50, 45, 50. And these, I had trouble with just aiming, but I was able to get a tag after a few shots. But yeah, you can see they just were not super accurate. You can see here how when I primed it, it sucked that Mega Dart down into the chamber. I think if I use AccuStrikes, it would have been better. So what are my final thoughts on the little rocket system, in particular the Crooked Cousin? I think this design offers many options for many situations. Absolutely love how modular it is. Really just gives a lot of answers for all different kinds of situations, and I really like that. I really like this line, and I'm curious to see if any other designs are coming. Once again, I want to state that these products were sent to me for free for review, but I tried to do my best to give a full, unbiased testing of everything. So I hope that was informative. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you would like to pick up a Crooked Cousin, please use my affiliate link and head on over to Added Darts, where you can grab one of these. Also take a look at the Proud Papa and Little Rocket. Well, I'm DrFlux. I want to thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, happy foam flinging.